First off, just credit Stanford for that resiliency there late in the game and just not giving in. We had the dunk Kimani had, and our huddle was really excited, put us up 14, and we just, we couldn't really get reconnected to the game appropriately in those last 3 minutes to just finish the game right. And it was just a series of and again, credit them for making shots and picking up the pressure, and we had some turnovers and missed free throws, and I think they had a possession where they had 3 offensive rebounds, they missed 2 threes, and then they made the third. So it's like we were doing things very uncharacteristic of really what we've been doing the last few weeks, and pay for it. But it's tough. It's tough for my kids. They've really been playing well the last few weeks, and thought we had controlled the game through most of the game and played a winning game, and just didn't finish it. And now you got to pay the price for it, and that's kind of what March is. And so it's a tough ending to our season.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll bring the mic over to you. We've got Kimani and Jay Heath, Coach.
Coach, obviously you've played a great last few weeks. Is it all the more disappointing to lose this game when you have had such a great run to end the season?
It is, because you'll always wonder, and play the what-if game and say, we really, I thought, played very well. So best shooting game of the season from 3 and did a lot of nice things. But we've hung our hat on paint, and we got doubled up 32-16, and just didn't close the game out the way you have to. You can't afford to really play with that kind of effort, defensively, and that's not who we've been, and through these last few weeks. So it's tough. It feels like it's come full circle from Riverside when they're throwing a 70-footer up on us, and then that's like in the beginning, and now it's here we are again. So it's tough.
Could you see it in your players' eyes, Bobby? I mean, you can take timeouts, you can coach them up, but could you see that we're letting this thing slip away? We're up 17, and what's going on? Could you see it late?
I just felt like we were going to win. I just never lost hope in that. I mean, we had worked to get the lead that we had, and yes, things were unraveling, and it was hard to point to one area that they were unraveling, because it was turnovers, we missed free throws, we weren't getting stops anymore, we weren't guarding the line, we were putting them on the line, we were giving up offensive rebounds, so it was like a complete kind of breakdown. And again, that's not how we've been guarding and defending, and so it was tough to see that happen, and that cost us.
Bobby, as you're kind of going through that, you did such a good job throughout the whole game, contesting at the rim, defensively, a lot of block shots. I mean, what are you kind of telling the guys about trying to limit them to one shots and those kind of situations?
Well, I mean, they got a slip on us for a dunk, and Heath was he was kind of the unsung. Well, he was the hero at the end, and he deserved it, because dude jumped, dove on the floor at half court, got a loose ball inside a minute, and he was able to get a timeout, and then he had the loose ball again in the paint when it was a 50-50. So we didn't get those things done, and they did. And then sometimes in these games and in March, it comes down to these little details that if you let the other guy outwork you, then you're gonna pay for it. I think that was kind of what I was noticing. I think with JG, he struggled today. He's been so good for a few weeks, and just the shots just weren't falling for him around the basket. I mean, one thing I might have done is maybe just keep Kimani, keep Zoe in there, and he had the 4 fouls and sat for a long time. I think he was worried about picking up his 5th, and just so maybe his activity around the basket, the rebound wasn't the same as it's been in a lot of games. So that would maybe be one thing, but outside of that, it's hard to really put my finger on it.
Bobby, it's been a tough couple of years for you guys for a billion different reasons. Through all of that, as you look ahead, what have you learned about who you need to be, who Arizona State needs to be to kind of continue this thing on an upward trajectory?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that, again, the COVID is behind us, because I'm not the coach for COVID, and we've had numerous stoppages throughout both seasons, and it's kind of I think stunted our growth this year, especially. And but once we did get into a rhythm, in the middle of January and we started playing some good basketball. I think the guys, to their credit, even though our record was not outstanding, they fought and battled. And we think we were 3-9 at one point in the conference and managed to get to 10-10. Just the guys fought, and it was very impressive that the team showed that type of character to continue to fight. And I think it took this type of game for us to lose. So it's makes you wonder what might have been if we could have got this done today.
I want to talk to Kimani. Obviously, this is the end of the road on your career, and it's probably a tough one, but can you kind of reflect on what your career at ASU has meant to you?
I miss it, competing with Coach Hurley, the guys that my teammates over the last few years. Some of the greatest years of my life, regardless of the ups and downs that I've been through. I just wish I could have did more today. And I'll continue on a little more, but.
And for both players, just the way that this game, you had the lead, and to sum up what you saw, what happened today, and how it got away from you for both the players to talk about.
Yeah, I just feel like we lost focus after Kimani got that pick down. We just never bounced back from that. We was missing free throws, turning it over, wasn't rebounding, and that'll lose you the game. Yeah, we just we started playing the score, which has been unusual for us the last couple of games. Just a learning lesson for young guys and guys that are coming back next year. As a senior leader, kind of lead a little better. Just help us stay together on the court and do that today. So that's what happens.
Bobby, when you reflect on the journey that this team has been through and just kind of the way that they fought through February and the early part of March, what will you remember about this team?
Initially, now it's just the pain and feeling that this has come to an end, because I feel a lot different than I did last year sitting here, just about how I feel about the team, and I have my own remarks to the guys about just what they've meant to me this year and how they've overcome a lot and have become a very good basketball team late in the season. So it's it's really rewarding as a coach. At the same time, I told them it's this is life, and it's tough, and it's you have these heartbreaking moments, and so it's not easy at the moment to really get a feel. I wanted to keep coaching these guys because of the heart that they've shown and the commitment to get better, and and all the winning traits that they've shown over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So it's hard. It's just tough. It's very painful.
Yeah, I was just wondering. You guys lost to Stanford earlier in the year. So you guys came back, beat them in Tempe. And how tough is it to beat a close opponent like that 2 times in a row? Just talk about kind of the aspect of it, of having to beat a team twice. It's got to be tough to do that.
You're always coming into the game concerned just because does the other team have the edge because we just won, and are they going to play harder? Are our guys going to think it's going to be easier somehow? But I think we were ready to play, and we played very well, and we made shots, and I thought we guarded well for really 37 minutes. We played really good basketball. We just didn't, we were a total mess for the last 3 minutes, and everyone would admit that if we went and asked anybody in our locker room about that. And it was so that's why we're sitting here, in disappointment, and it's all come to an end. So it's just the reality of that, and but got so much respect for the guys and how hard they played and the team they became this year, and it's just you'll always in the back of your mind think about the what ifs. What if we would have had 1 less turnover, we would have got 1 more stop, we would have 1 more rebound, we would have made 1 more free throw. But that's just that's not going to change anything.
Any other questions?